Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Delhi Sultanate series. As Razia takes her leave away from the mean streets of Delhi. But again, I say mean streets because it sounds, well, I don't know, slightly comedic to me because I once said that in some older Crusader Kings series of mine, such as Ragusa, where I said mean streets of Ragusa, but now mean streets of Delhi. Only because of her fighting background, you know. Brilliant strategist, formidable fighter, respected commander. She knows how to take care of herself. And as you can see, she's not here. She's on a pilgrimage. Even though it says reigning in Indraprastha, so Delhi area. That means, yeah, she's still here, just locally. But that's not going to be the only thing, you know. And there's the reasons why. Even though she says on pilgrimage, no, she has not gone to the Hajj yet. I kind of plan on it before I get too old for this sort of thing. Don't you worry, I haven't forgotten about the Hajj, because if I want to get rid of a negative trait or a vice, a sin, if you will. But also I plan on switching the focus into something else, because we all know that this line of succession isn't much, because Brother Bahram, here, he just got married. At least I gave him someone. Already pregnant. Alright, good. Good on you. So, don't worry. If he's gonna have children on his own, more power to him. Because, you know, I kind of want to have children too. Even though it's relatively late in this person's life. And if I want to have children, and I thought about this idea, and I don't know if it'll work. And that is, I'm going to switch the focus from business to seduction. Which seduction is very useful when you're a female ruler. Because there are some male characters that don't like you in particular. And you can, well, I think they're already all attracted to me anyhow. Because, you know, she's a formidable fighter. So that ups the attraction opinion. And she's a renowned duelist. That adds a little bit more to sex appeal. You know, some would say, bad boys like tough women. Depending on what you mean by bad boy. But that's just my Western way of thinking. But it's almost slowly becoming a catchphrase here. But around here, in the Delhi Sultanate, we do things differently around here. And also, eventually, I gotta repay those loans. I mean, I have enough to pay it back to the money lenders, but I am saving up to 1,000 gold to get me a set of armor to further increase my personal combat skills, because I have what it takes to be the champion. So now, switch to seduction, which adds up to the intrigue. Now go seduce somebody, and I like to have children before I turn 45. Preferably a son. So that way, and I don't know if it's gonna be like that in open succession, which again, it's only the most powerful child of the ruler that succeeds. Basically, the one who is the most prestigious, has the most land and accomplishments, all that. Something like that. And only males can inherit, which is understandable. But that's only unless if you happen to have a full status of women's law, where you could definitely change all that, including in Islam. So the real question is who to seduce. Might be you, because you know, you could potentially be a little troublemaker, even though you are a member of the tradition faction, which you rallied against me. You called me a coward. Yeah, that's rather problematic of you. But at least nobody's threatening, you know, my position on the throne or threatening independence. No. Nobody wants to see that. Huh. So I might seduce you first. Unless there is some... You know what? What are we missing here in terms of skill? I mean, we have all good members of the council. And some of the commanders are competent, but there are some better ones. I could go for another good one instead of just landed characters. Quick, look up the realm. Who has the highest marshal? Of course, it's my treasury guard. But anyone else who isn't here? Strong but chaste. Because, you know, I kind of want to seduce somebody who has positive traits that are inheritable. Potentially inheritable. So it's not the skill, it's somebody. But however, that man could be him, because... not because of his culture, he's Hindu, no. Despite chaste, he's strong, so that ups the fertility. And he's a Shaktiist, which furthers up the fertility, so I'll try him, but it's gonna be tough though, because he's chaste, so he's more resistant. If not him, then maybe him. He's got all the good ones. Tall, strong, perceptive. But I'm starting with the Punjabi man first because he's strong and he's a Shaktiist. And by the way, he's a Vaishya caste. But which is irrelevant because his liege is... oh yeah. The rival of mine who still likes me anyways. Even though I took the sword away from him. And I am talking about this sword. So this is going to be a rather interesting next few years for Razia, Sultan here. It's like, not only she's one of the great fighters of the realm, but the reason why she's on pilgrimage is she is studying at a prestigious center of learning, because there's this event that came up by the end of the episode where she went to a local Indian monastery, which, interestingly, when she was out bounty hunting, she killed a guy, for the reward money, and he was studying at the prestigious center of learning somewhere in Hindustan, India, alternate name. And then an event came up, it's like, yeah, should I go for a book, good combination, or I'll just stay here for a while and maybe have higher learning, possibly, instead of going to, I don't know, be tutored locally. So instead, we'll just do it here. But also, at the same time as her studying and the seduction... Really? I could still do a tiger hunt? Because I thought about doing a tiger hunt simply for the sake of it. But the prosperity of the capital county will increase slightly. So I've decided to organize my first tiger hunt, and I'll invite my vast to enjoy this occasion with me. Send writers of the invitations, and it's a lot of them. That some will join, some won't. But also I will get into shape. I will train my body so it is more in shape, removing superfluous fat and building muscle. So it's useful to get rid of the character's fat trait if you happen to have it. But most important, it's to help you with your personal combat skills for a temporary boost. My companions train every day to stay in shape and to be ready for battle at a moment's notice. So I decided that it is time for a small training session in order to burn some extra fat I'm carrying around. I shall start with running or lifting heavy rocks. So till August I'll be burning fat. Until next March that I will be in perfect shape. So that ups fertility more, as well as health and personal combat skill. Yeah, up your fertility because I'm about to seduce somebody. Not to mention me being in perfect shape, I have a slight boost in sex appeal, despite the fact I'm burning fat. And that is the main reason. I'm gonna go on a war pilgrimage. I'm already studying at the excuse me, prestigious center of learning somewhere in an Indian monastery, which is open to anyone, regardless of culture or faith. It happens when you have a capital somewhere in the Indian subcontinent. Trust me, I played as Assyria before in one of my old series when I moved my capital from Assyria to Gandhara. And did all these things. Even converted the culture from Punjabi for a bit, for one. Just for cultural immersion. So, leave my court around a year to train and improve my martial and leadership skills. Even though I already left the court, so... Boy. I'll leave my realm in the hand of my capable regent, which he's already doing this. And I'm left on a grand warrior pilgrimage in order to find my skills as a warrior. It will be a dangerous journey and I may not finish it unscathed. I will return a woman changed, stronger or maimed. To adventure. As I said, this is going to be the heck of a year for her. She's, you could say, for an average day of Razia for in her late 30s and going into early 40s. Where she's exercising, she's going to seduce a man, she's studying, and then she goes out on an adventure. I don't think I ever had a character in a history of Crusader Kings 2 here on the Lord Master channel where just done a lot of tasks that's basically multiple, and it's under the capable hands of a regent, which I chose the Sultan of Bahar, my Grand Vizier, because he's pretty even on everything, and we have similar learning and stewardship skill, as if it's going to make very little difference. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the books that I got. Besides The Greatest Victory, I also got the poems of Pindar. Pindar wrote lyrical poetry illustrating the beliefs and values of archaic Greece at the dawn of the classical period. He's also the first Greek poet to reflect on the nature of poetry and the poet's role. He is considered to be the greatest of the canonical 9 lyric poets. And as you can see, I have 6 broken weapons. 6 kills that I got while I was out bounty hunting. I need 4 more broken weapons. So yes, her kill list is going up. Sure, some died in dungeon, but most certainly was slain in personal combat due to, you know, having bounties on their heads. Oh, by the way, anybody? No. Is there anything else that I can do at the same time? Can't go to Ramadan because I'm out on an adventure. Even if I did observe Ramadan, that means I wouldn't observe Tiger Hunt. Promoted debate, but the problem is, if it's learning, stewardship, or intrigue related on a debate, I'm screwed. Plus I only have 3 personality traits. There's room for a few, if I can get them during a warrior pilgrimage. And sometimes there's monetary reward in a warrior pilgrimage, so I may have to appoint a domain overseer. So, one last task before we get on over with. I may appoint a domain overseer recommended by my council. This element will have the function of improving the stability of my provinces as long as their stability is negative. I could pick this decision only every 5 years as long as no overseer is presently appointed. Once appointed, I have the possibility of moving the present overseer by decision. It is a costly office due to the people involved and the number of the offices necessary. Look out for the character stats, their education traits, their general competence or incompetence, diligent, slothful, their eagerness to rise in ambitious, content, and their opinion of me. Let's have a look. After much political bickering below my station, the council presented 3 choices from which to pick the next domain overseer to take care of the stability of the provinces. I know I should look not only at the stats of each candidate, but also their education traits and relationship. Which one do I pick? Examine them. craven. No, not a good option. My brother, who is not well skilled at everything, but he could use his diplomacy skill. Not to mention he's Imperial courtier, which he knows what he's doing. But one of the best men at the court turns out to be this mayor. Oh gosh, really? You're the worst. These are the worst candidates I ever had. And that's saying something compared to my past series using this model. I'm kind of cogitating on this. But he has the diligent trait. Because diligent, slothful. But you know, I will go with Bailabe Vanpal of the root of Raj. Yes, the craven Rajput. So yes, that's very un-Rajput-like of him. But I think his skill in stewardship and his diligence and his very high opinion of me, since I gave him a few counties, and if he does me a lot of good, I may have to seduce you next, if you please me, with your task, so that's a lot of money. Here you go. And so, let's go and let's get it. The chase begins. I shall bring all my seduction skills to bear on Damodar until I have him wrapped around my finger. He will be mine. If succeeded, and if I make him unchaste, then he's going to be my lover. Since, you know, I don't have a husband, and I don't plan on getting married officially until I'm 45 years old. So I don't have to worry about, you know, having children to be born under that man's dynasty and screw up with that line of succession. All I want is a bastard son that I can legitimize, and then it'll be of my dynasty. And to screw over my ambitious brother, who is... Did I say ambitious? Well, he's zealous but awful, but he's furious. Hey, you weren't a good candidate to be a domain overseer. In Serene Province, and it's been a long winter here. Hastinapur, not peaceful. This is peaceful. Again, let me break that down of areas I control. Lahore is peaceful. Tadapur is restless. Vera is rebellious. Oh, I know what to do. This is how you deal with rebellious provinces. Contest rebels. If my marshal is suppressing revolts and is assigned to a rebellious province, I can order him to fight the rebels there and increase stability of the province to restless. The amount of times I could do it depends on the realm marshal. There. Done. And I hope the domain overseer better do the good work keeping stability, because of my crown focus I can't focus them all at once. So I'll switch my focus to Hastinapur. And by the way, for you Indian viewers, Hastinapur, if you are familiar with the Mahabharata story, that was the capital of the Kuru kingdom, I believe. You declared a holy war against the Chandala kingdom. The hunters and their respective entourages have gathered at the hunting camp. Retainers are available to see my every need, and soldiers will be useful for both guarding the camp and for flushing out any tigers. This should be a fine day. Can't wait. Yes, you can hunt, regardless of faith, culture, and even gender, because female characters can't do regular grand hunts, but in tiger hunts, it's okay, if your capital is in anywhere in India. Several forward scouts come running back to the main hunting party. In excited whispers, they inform me that a large tiger has been spotted ahead. Hand me my spear and stand back. I will kill it myself. Stepping forward, I watched the tiger closely, weighing my spear in my hand and waiting for the right moment to strike. The tiger prowls towards me, and slowly, then suddenly it leaps towards me. I sidestep and stab with my spear, sinking it deeply into its flank. I killed the tiger. I win. You win prestige, that's your reward. All of my other vassals are declaring more holy wars. Oh no. It was a peaceful province. My current occupation simply leaves me no time to chase Damadar or anyone else for that matter. Right, because I'm doing a lot of things. But there's no rush. Maybe I should invite him to court now that I think about it. Since he's over there and I'm still here. A most successful hunt. The slain tiger means luck for the realm and everyone heads home with new optimism. Rejoice. A successful hunt that ups your martial skill for a bit. Which honestly, I typically do tiger hunts before going to a war just to get your martial up temporarily for the early stages of the war. Because you may never know that it may turn in a tide of battle, especially a major battle. Really? I can go to a Hajj as well while I'm, you know, there's a Ramadan too. Wow. I guess I am a multitasker. But just wait, alright? Because there's this guy I need to seduce. This Punjabi man I'm trying to seduce. Because I was out on the tiger hunt and with the continuous activity performed, the domain overseer was able to improve the stability and no longer restless. What else? Yet another holy war. That's for Bhutan, small country. A lot of plots being unveiled. And yet I have auto stop plots on. Because if we just let them roam and get all these things occurring, it would be a lot of trouble. Harvest festivals, according to the Grand Vizier, the peasants of Developur have started a delightful tradition where the peasantry from several villages meet up and dance, feast, and pair up for future marriage. While promoting this tradition, Dogon believes that the country will develop a strong local culture and attract more peasants. I like how you, the current regent of the Delhi Sultanate, is asking me for approval. Why can't you approve it yourself? It's almost like you're just catching me while I'm out on an adventure somewhere in the countryside or during my time off that I'm studying again. So I'll support it. A fellow from the Ring of Honor named Dogon. That's familiar. Yeah, I remember you. He's looking to buy the golden scimitar at a discount. As I have several weapons, it's already make some extra ducats, or I could wait for a higher offer. 400 to give away that old weapon? I will never part of any of my babies. I mean, I'll tell you what's gonna happen with that sword that was originally made for me. If I do have a bad son, and then as I grow old, and when my son grows up, I'm gonna give that scimitar to him as his personal weapon. And when I pass, then he will inherit that great sword. It's peaceful. The Rajput was the right choice because he was diligent, and he's a high opinion of me. If he didn't like me, then it would have spelled trouble. he's over there in Gandhara. I need to invite him. Two things. One, for a slightly higher opinion, but I need him over here. We could easily kidnap him, but that would take some time. I need him now. But then again, if you kidnap him, he's gonna hate you for this. Just get into my court, it'll be a lot easier. So, no, invite him to court. Decide to offer diverse perks to him. Different areas will be tested depending on the offer. That will be presented in an event once I pick this decision. I will approach Damodar in order to politely invite him to come to my court to serve me, using his best skills to further our common cause. I know that I will need to pay the travel expenses at the very least, but what that paltry sum given service I can assure. I need to decide what more to offer. He's just a lowborn. I don't think he needs estates, power, or even prestige. Just give him the money. So besides the 15 gold I need to expend to pay for the travel, that should the offer be accepted, may offer him additional gold. I will need to pick the sum I want to offer my invitee on the top of the 15 gold needed for payment of the voyage. So, I mean, I'll give him all my money, which, you know, our income is very good. The success of the actions depends on the amount of gold offered. It's all supporting my education matches that my invitee. Well, we're both martial. That's gonna work. What else? Yes, diplomacy stat. I'm not cheerful. And regarding my invitee, he's not greedy, nor trusting, nor diligent, not even ambitious. He ain't my friend. Not my lover yet. Somewhat of a... Well, the opinion of liege... Well, opinion of me up, but he hates his liege a little bit, right? Oh yeah, different faith, that'll work. Unfortunately, he's wary. He's not charitable. As I said, he's wary, but not paranoid. He ain't thoughtful or shy. Not a counselor, nor content. He's just a military tutor. This could work. I really want that man. He's of great importance to me. Loyal servants such as I surely deserve some recognition and rewards from time to time. It is widely known that you hold huge lands and many titles, and are as generous as you are wise. Perhaps you consider granting this humble servant the Bayer of Lahore. Oh no, I like Lahore because don't you know that's where the silk trade post is? But I'll just say, diplomatically inform my decision, giving him vague promises that I'll never keep. Now all we have to do is wait for his offer to be accepted. And once I have him over here, and keep friendly relations so the Ilkhanate doesn't attack us, please. I know that there must be a way to earn his trust. Yeah, that's the guy that I gave him the domain overseer position to. The best way to learn is without a doubt talking to him, but about what? I'm curious about his faith. What is it like being a Hindu? To my future liege, Razia, it was with great honor that I received your invitation. I am pleased to inform that I stand ready to move your court. Looking forward to serve you up to the best of my capabilities. For my success in your mostly august glory, Damodar. Alright, now he's in the court with me. So hopefully it'll be slightly easier to seduce him now. And since you're a military tutor, I'm going to give you that position as well. Oh yeah, I forgot about these schools. Since I have the piety. What's the difference between an Ashari and Mustadi school? So here's, we heard of the Ashari faith before. That's the alternate name of Orthodox Sunni Islam. or the regular kind, in Crusader Kings 3. And that one's a separate fate, but anyways, read this. Should I choose to embrace the Shari, a Sunni school of theology that emphasizes tradition, revelation, and occasionalism? This would increase my piety, but members of the opposing Mu'tazila school would disapprove. The other one is the Sunni school of theology that emphasizes rationality, reason, and free will. This would benefit my research, but members opposing the Shari school would disapprove. Piety or research? Well, if I'm researching something, I mean, it's highly cultural, but not enough militarily, so we're kind of militarily weak a bit on the advances. Not sure about the other countries, but I'll embrace this school. Rationality, reason, and free will. The Mu'tazila school of theology holds that the Quran was created and is not eternal, and that the injunctions of Allah are accessible to rational thought and inquiry. Influenced by the school, the learned and wise men of my realm have become more productive in their scientific pursuits. This is the right path. Oh, free technology points. I guess I made the right call, but it's just one time only. And you have higher learning. Oh, wow. Well, what's the other? Is anybody a Shari? How do you spell that? The opposite trait. They'll dislike me for that. Ah, here it is. The Shari. That's for monthly piety. Okay, I made the right call then. So there you go. Slightly higher learning skill will help you. Yeah. Made the right call. I mean, if I was a zealous character and a member of the Mevlevi, the Sufi school, I would go for the Shari school for more piety if I wanted to be a paragon of virtue or something. That'll do. It appears I cannot take 2 steps without some bandits or knights challenging me as another man face me yet again. He is on a similar journey to prove his own skill, and a challenger offer me the choice of how far the duel will go. I'll definitely duel to the death because I don't have enough personality traits, so brave is going to be another to pick up. Get Northern Germany. Keep in mind, it's just a randomly generated character regardless of culture, but the faith is due to what you are currently. So they always spawn in like that. And it's for the purpose of this event, which we will duel to the death. There is nothing to fear, but fear itself. I've gained a brave trait. There's room for one more. And also, this is not a personality trait. Keep that in mind. At least as far as to my knowledge is concerned. Well, he's one-eyed, so he ain't gonna last. He avoided my attack and stroked back. Bastard! He does a safe and timid attack in my direction. His attack is more likely to hit the arms. Dodge it. I'll try to lunge attack. This duel to the death's come abrupt end, and he died at the end of my blade. I resumed my journey after a short rest. He should have known better than to challenge me. He only got one lucky hit on me, and that is to the torso. And that's number 7 of those kills. Bastard. So this bruised torso here is just gonna you know, just gonna be with me till this December. Hopefully I don't get into another fight by then. So he was happy to tell me more about the Hindu faith, while also not sparing a few questions for me about being a Sunni. We ended up having a very interesting theological discussion. This is wonderful. But still don't have the sympathy for the Eastern faiths, which would be good with the Hindus. I guess I won't be around, but I'll keep that in tabs whenever I return from this. Ramadan, anyone? I got 100 gold and I never observed this before because I really want to do things before Regency expires, because I could do all these things without going to Regency multiple times. And maybe after Ramadan I'll go to the Hajj finally. Well, I'm still on a warrior pilgrimage. I can compose a book too, but it's very expensive. But Ramadan first. Let the fast commence. I hope that it does not affect my personal combat skill, because as a Muslim I observe the fast of Ramadan every year, but I'll be paying particular adherence to it at this time. Upon its conclusion, a great banquet will be held to celebrate the Eid ul-Fitr holiday. The holy month of Ramadan is upon us, and all faithful Muslims, save the infirm and those on a journey, must observe the fast during the daylight hours. Let the fast commence, even though I'm still multitasking. Now it is time for the prayers and the devoted reading of the Quran. After the sun is set, I recite the Quran through the Tarawih prayers, which again, I'm not familiar with. Me personally, in real life, I'm not familiar with most pronunciations of those terms that relates to the Quran or whatnot, but at least I'll give it a try. Yes, I will thus draw near to Allah. You've got to. Don't worry, I'll keep that tab open. I ain't gonna stop. The end of Ramadan approaches, and that means the holiday of Eid is upon us. The preparations for the planned feast to celebrate this has already been made. Now the time has come to invite my vassals to my palace. What say you, master? By palace, you mean somewhere out in the wild, or in the Indian Monastery where I'm currently having education? Gee, canceling like that? No, send out the invitations. But keep in mind, some are Hindus and they're not going to be, you know, coming here. I'll probably get those messages from them. Anyways, the great banquet I ordered to held to celebrate the and the end of Ramadan was a rousing success. The food was exceptional, the entertainment magnificent, and a great time was had by all. My guests seemed suitably impressed by my wealth and generosity. Eid Mubarak! So, a high opinion. Let me see those names. Yes, even Hindus took part of it, and they are impressed, despite the fact they are not Muslims themselves. I didn't know that counts. Which is strange. So my fast observance of the holy month has ended. Till next year. That's just for increased vassal opinion. You got a son. Congratulations. Don't worry, once I come back, I will be there. I'll go on to the Hajj first thing in January. And I think I am recovered from, yes, the bruise. Ready for a fight. Remember I said first thing in January? Going on a Hajj. Going on a pilgrimage to Mecca is one of the pillars of Islam, and that is something every able-bodied Muslim expected to do once in their life. Decadent characters will get rid of the trait. Originally, I was gonna save that up in case I've become decadent. But since Razia is a do-gooder of a person, even though I plan on seducing somebody once I return from this and the war pilgrimage subsequently, whichever comes first. Take advantage of the Regency by going on a Hajj now. Do all these things. I've started to prepare myself for going on a pilgrimage to Mecca. I'll soon humble myself and travel in a group of others to fulfill one of the 5 pillars of Islam. All are equal in front of God. Such a multitasker is Razia. I am preparing myself for my travel to Mecca. I have understood that there are members of my court who have not yet gone on a pilgrimage to Mecca. As Khatun, it is my duty to be charitable to my people, and I will bring one of them with me. 19 gold. Oh yeah, the good marshal, who wants to become a formidable fighter. He is skilled. And he's a hunter too. So perhaps, I mean, with his skills, he could be of some use as we travel along. So it'll make the travel more enjoyable. Yeah. The Hajj together. Anyone else? My liege, as you no doubt will know, I and those vassals who are part of my faction are your loyal subjects. To show our devotion, we have decided to host a grand banquet in Mansour to honor your rule. Wow, thank you. Thank you for this support from your faction. Must have heard of the news that I'm about to go to Mecca, and we're like, oh, really? She's going to Mecca. All right, going to Hajj. Let's give her some moral support. So now I'm fully prepared for my travel to Mecca. There will be a regent ruling the Itmumushe Khaganate while I'm away. Iltutmishe. Correct that pronunciation. Plus, that country is also known as the Delhi Sultanate. So onwards to Mecca, as I am on the Hajj now. While I'm doing other things. Traveling by sea causes me to feel seasick. Luckily, there's a Hafiz on ship who quotes the Holy Quran. And they shall be made to drink there in a cup of admixture which shall be ginger. I feel good. Yeah, Hafiz, that means a character who completely memorizes the Holy Quran. So apparently I'm traveling by sea, either through the Indus and down there to head to Mecca, or is it the long way, where not far from Delhi, that's where the Ganges begins. You sail from down there to the Bay of Bengal, and through there, and all the way towards there. That's where we're going. We're going by ship. Unless we're going that way and then walking the rest of the way there. I don't know. Whatever's faster from India to Mecca. So, I feel good about this. Not far from my goal now, but me and my party are running short on water. A detour to a nearby oasis, yeah, that's what I figured. From there to there. Instead of, well, why don't you say the long way around? And I say, well, it could be too long and may never know there'll be a storm out there. So a detour nearby oasis to replenish my supplies is necessary. But when I arrive, it becomes obvious the well dried out many years ago. saying, haha, of course the well is dry. That sounds like a cynical path. But we must have faith, brothers. Sit down in prayer. As I sit down in prayer, I spot another caravan far away in the distance. Though I suspected maybe another mirage, I decided to follow it, and they eventually lead to the real oasis, slightly southeast of where I thought it would be. Allah be praised. Okay, that's just for piety. Giving into despair would probably just give me a health and piety penalty, one would think. One day, Damodar. One day. Glory faction is friendly with me. Good to see that. As I stopped to camp one evening, I noticed that an old man in poor clothing has made camp in the same place. The man offers me to tell the Hadif and see if I could spare him some bread. Of course you have to listen to the old man. I mean, you can't just say it's just an old man and lose piety for no reason. Unless you're broke, but you gotta listen to him, so listen carefully to the old man's Hadif. The old man says that Abu Hurairah reported that Prophet, may Allah bless him and grant him peace, said, beware of envy. Envy devours good actions as fire devours wood. Again, I'm not familiar with the correct pronunciation of this thing, but apparently this is what happens if your character happens to have the envious trait. And since it says beware of envy and all that, I think this is the way to get rid of that negative trait in particular. The road can be full. This is for the warrior pilgrimage. The road can be full of dangers, but nothing is more dangerous than being ill prepared. I didn't buy enough rations in the last village, and I'm running out. I have to find something to eat, as a starving woman is the one that cannot fight back properly. But as someone who never had to cook, as much as a threat to myself. It's 50% chance that I could get hungry. Hunt a big game, where you have a small chance to be hungry and lose personal combat skill. And the other two options is you're likely to be wounded and a small chance to be brawny. Or just hunt a small game and you'll have no effect if one of these two were to happen. Or just go hungry and say fasting is part of my training. I've already gone through Ramadan a few months ago, then do I need to do that again? But for a much longer term? Okay, hunt a big game here. Oh man, I'm brawny. Very lucky. Also, not hungry. So perhaps I can handle myself. Are we there yet? As I arrive in Mecca, I change from my traveling clothes and dress in white Ihram clothing. This cloth is intended to make everyone appear the same, as in the eyes of Allah there is no difference between a Khatun and a Papa. I am humbled because they're all equal. Now I'm at the Kaaba itself and performing the Tawaf. 7 circuits I'll walk around the black stone, and each time I complete a circuit and point to the stone, it says, in the name of Allah, Allah is great, Allah is great, Allah is great, and praise to be Allah. Which you could potentially pick up the proud trait if you shout at every circuit, or just become humble and only shout the first 3 times. I would prefer to have more piety just to be up as much as the prestige, so just shout only the first 3 times and pick up the humble trait, which that's the, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you got it all. To symbolize the mercy God had for Abraham, they're placing his son Ishmael with a ram, I should say, which Abraham then sacrificed, and we performed the Eid al-Adha while at Mecca. Sacrifice a lamb. Because I am pious, you know. But they never know. I catch up with some of the fellow pilgrims who are also returning home from the Hajj. They have been beset by bandits who have stolen everything but their clothes and left them with no means to continue their journey. Huh? Sorry, but I cannot afford a daily. Best luck to you. That's cynical, one would think. But since I have all this wealth here, this should be enough to see you safely home. Yeah, and while I'm on this pilgrimage, I hunt myself a big game just to keep me sustained and became brawny. How about that? Which again, warrior pilgrimage never gives you a specific location of where are you. Should be back soon. Oh, there we go. I have returned to my court a changed woman. I am truly humble before Allah, and I know that all men are equal and can live in harmony with each other. All men and women are equal, one would think, from a perspective. So, again, this text here is meant for male characters, which is very common in Islamic countries. But they never had intended it for female characters like Razia here, interestingly enough. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. So it is complete. Made it. So technically I am back in the Delhi Sultanate, but it's still under the Regency because I'm still on a warrior pilgrimage and I am still a student at a prestigious center of learning here. Patience. Patience. Now it's time to start making all that money again. To save it for the set of armor when you get it up to 1,000. Is there anything else I can do while I'm doing these sort of things? Today I was approached by my sister, Nagihan. She has told me that she has grown increasingly concerned by my eating habits. She thinks I've gained quite a bit of weight in the last few months and now fears for my health. Go on a hard diet? Hard diet. What does that do? You want me to have negative stewardship? Shut up! That's none of your business! I had a nice old pilgrimage from Mecca and back here, and the first thing you tell me is, hey, you've been eating a lot. Well, I did hunt a big game, but that was for sustainability. And you want to question my eating habits? Shut your mouth, sister. In fact, what is her trait? I didn't think of it much. Yeah, I figured. Oh, you think you would be the better marshal? I mean, he's been good to me. I mean, we went together. And I'm sure he did fine on his part, too. Respected commander. Veteran commander. Please give him another chance. He will hear of our patience. And because of that, I made him stressed, thinking he's got something to prove now. The domain size has been lowered. What did you do? Serious lack of harmony. What is the matter with you? Oh, great. Another guy. Oh, he's a duelist, but a novice fighter, but don't underestimate him. And since I'm still in my prime, and my combat skill is much more improved than the last time, so I am most definitely ready for a duel to the death. That'll be number 8. I should also go out bounty hunting, if I'm still good. We shall see. Counter. Avoided the attack but missed the follow-up. Okay. Stem stroke again. Remember the strategy. Pick a body part and work on it. Dodge. Missed me. Attempt me. I hit him. Counter. Target the center. Wildly flail his weapon. Counter it. Could be anywhere at this point. Come on, defend yourself. What's the matter with you? You were just taking it. Are you stupid or something? He's got cracked ribs now. As I said, pick a body part and work on it. Hit him. Let's do an extravagant attack. Oh, I actually got him. He's been bruised torso, head, both his hands. Got black eye, smashed his nuts. Boy, he's wounded. He ain't dead yet, but let's send it. Aim for the head. Stunned him, but missed a follow-up. Now add swollen, non-dominant wrist to it. I got a little greedy. Lunge. Hit him normal one. Broke his finger. Gave him a concussion. Just go down. Just give up. There. He should have known better than to challenge me. So that's number 8. And I don't think he landed a single blow on me. I should look for bounties. There should be, because it's been a while. Really? After all this time? You know, at this rate, I should fight the champion. I can't hold too many holdings because my regent is an incompetent. And of course, once I return from the Regency, I will up this centralization in 2 years. And sooner or later, you will be mine. Like it or not. He'll do. Very well. Successfully expended to the bull. Look, if this warrior pilgrimage ends and the and this thing has not ended yet, I'm definitely going to go on another warrior pilgrimage. Some noble by the name of Poandan came to court today seeking asylum, claims to escape from China after the rest of his family was executed on orders of the Emperor. O great Khatun, your merciful nature is known across the land. I implore you to grant me refuge. It would be of untold kindness. Based on, who we're dealing with here. Was there some kind of reward in your head? So I'll allow him to stray and secretly send a letter letting the Emperor know. My journey has come to an end. It was not easy, and I faced several challenges that gave me experience, scars, and skills. Such pilgrimages do not come often, and perhaps I'll find an opportunity to go forth again. But now, it is time to rest. I am home. So, this will actually lose the leadership traits I've had and add improved versions of it. So now I'm a rousing leader. This character will greatly excite her troops, boasting home morale. Improved version of inspired leader. And who knows what the improved version of this will be like. And since I'm still a student here, since I've had such a good experience, I think I'm ready for another. Burning fat, perfect shape once again. Nobody here? Oh, okay. Hopefully we'll get to kill a few bad guys on our pilgrimage. She's off to adventure again. So there she goes again. Probably one of the most interesting characters I've ever played, but we haven't reached the best yet. As in, she has not yet become champion, but she is, as far as personal combat skills is concerned, she is more than ready to be the champion. Just one more pilgrimage, then ready to face the champ. And then she becomes the champion of the Ring of Honor. And then, see too, she can defend that title of champion 10 times to prove that she is the best of the best. Soon after writing to the Chinese Emperor, an emissary arrived with several guards. However, Huan Dan had escaped the night before. Someone must have warned him. All the emissary said before he left was, "The Emperor will be displeased." Oh, what a fool I'd look. While roaming the lone road, I suddenly come face to face with a fairly old man. He announced himself as Kiyari, Swordmaster. He claims to have heard my quest and offered to train my body and mind to the art of war. It's possible that you could change brawny to strong, which the only difference between brawny and strong is strong gives you fertility bonus and also a bit more attraction opinion and tribal opinion. But I'll just say I have no need for a council, but I believe that's just me being overconfident. Because look where this is going to get me. It's going to get me hurt. And if I try to be ready for anything, I'm likely to get myself killed. No. I'm well trained enough. I'm a formidable fighter. But please be humble about it. Alright? The guard starts my court. My liege, I have failed you. One of your artifacts gone missing. Rajkumar Mana of the Svana Yadava kingdom is made off of one of your artifacts. What did he steal? Oh, that thing. This one. Okay, I thought he stole that scimitar. The golden scimitar. Which, if he stole that, oh man, I'll definitely go to war for that sword. To get it back. A rivalry war, in fact. In fact, if the Maharaja of the Yadava kingdom did indeed stole that weapon from me, oh, I would have gone to war for it. So I promised him to have a chance to become the marshal, but now he's petitioning me about it again. Okay, fine. You're the new marshal. "41 years of age. Named it after my father." Good. It's not the name that I would think of if I ever have a son of my own. As soon as I finish this thing, I mean, time's running out, you know. With continuous activity performed, the domain overseer was able to solve the volatility of the province of Indian. Good. Here's a chance to become strong, but if I get wounded, and if I become hungry, that's worse. Or worse, the combination of both hungry and wounded. But here's another chance, a small chance to become strong instead of brawny. Or should I say, improve from brawny to strong. Let's do it. Oh, just got wounded. But not hungry. But it's okay if I'm not strong and I can just still be brawny. It's okay. Plus, if you were hungry, that would be minus 20. So this is minus 15. But you're still in good health. Keep that well in mind. But be careful if you get yourself into a duel, because when you're wounded, that means you are likely, more than likely, to get killed in a duel. So I hope my wounds heal fast. Does anybody want some minor titles? You'll be the food taster. Which, the opinion is up a bit, but that'll lower his monthly prestige because he has the pleasure to try all dishes before the master has a bite. The Islamic suspicion of figurative art makes skilled choreographers highly respected. I'll give it to him, even though he's a Hindu. Court musician. The Lord Mayor. Another Hindu. Court poet. Another Hindu. Rajput. And the chief architect is responsible for designing and overseeing the construction of palaces, mosques, and grand monuments. Let me guess, another Rajput Hindu. No, Turkish. But they could change over time. They could change. Oh, he was attacked. Oh no, he's gonna die. And that means I'm gonna inherit a lot of this land. Now there's a volatile province. Where's the domain overseer? Is he still alive? Oh no, he is gone. The guy was supposed to sway. What happened to him? Well, I'll sway you. It's getting close to the middle of the night, and I was prepared to sleep under the stars if it wasn't for this old half-rotten shack that I just found. Yet somehow it feels strange. I no longer hear any of the nocturnal racket of the wildlife, and the moon is now hidden behind a heavy veil of clouds. What is this place? Huh? Well, I do want money. But I'll try to salvage something before leaving. I didn't get any money. And I did not replace deceitful with trusting. Nice for you to convert to Islam. You'll like me a lot more now. This is never gonna occur, is it? But don't worry, we will meet soon. After many months of study, the head of the monastery says they have nothing more to teach me. Now I have extensive knowledge of military matters. This is wonderful. I'm the master of tactics. Razia has studied the art of war extensively and can now be considered a master. Ups martial even more, and so is the learning. And also the monks have instilled me the love for the Mimasa philosophy. Such wisdom. This is a school of philosophy, Mimasa school of philosophy. It's an Indian philosophy related to the Hindu faith. All the more reasons why I should have that sympathy for Eastern religions trait. And that Flaxville can no longer sustain itself, thus lowering our income even more. Once I get my set of armor, I should also save my money to start searching the domain for resources, because we're going to need another source of revenue. And that means the Regency will finally end once I return from the warrior pilgrimage, if I survive. It's a big if I survive. The only thing that's left that's under my, well, he's only severely injured right now. I've encountered the champion many times while carrying on my duties for the Ring of Honor. It's always been a pleasant occasion. We could talk for hours, and if time allows, because he never bores me. While our discussions are often lengthy, we always seem to have agreed on the matters which are important. Profess my feelings. Ooh, I don't want him to be my lover. I mean, I want to beat him, but look at his skills. Perhaps he is the champion of the world. And he's been in more duels than I have. No, I've been in more duels than he does, but once I get better from my wound, you and me, we'll fight one day, but we're gonna be friends, so. Yeah, this Hungarian here. Almost there. Oh, this again. But be careful, you could die, but hopefully there'll be some reward for this. But either that or just get the heck out of here. But I could become well rested, which will last a year. And burning in the ground just sounds... Yeah. Alright, got some money. Thank you. Get me the armor smith. I'm in a need for a new set of armor. Find me the finest armor smith around. Even though I'm still out on an adventure, but I'll be back very soon. It just started in Delhi. Shoot. Shut the gates right now. Man, this is gonna take a long time, you know. And I just called an armor master. Well, here's a few more things I can do. Because remember, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 8. I need 2 more. But, well, looks like you are unlucky. Doesn't matter what faith or culture you are, but there's bounty in your heads. And I'm gonna need some money because I'm about to spend it big time for that set of armor. And yes, I'm coming in wounded, so I am risking my life for this. So you're first, because you're the worst. And you're craven, shy, delicate. I will only accept payment in blood. All I could say is, it's time for you to take it. But remember, if he lands a blow on me, it could potentially turn severely injured if he gets lucky. Or he could kill me with 1 hit. Wing. And got him. Save timid attack. But remember, I cannot afford him to get a single blow on me because he may kill me. But I got him. Yeah, before we shut those gates, there's one more bounty. Bay Demir. He's slow-minded, but he's a cannibal. And we don't agree on that same school of thought. He lost the debate is lack of harmony. Come on, you coward. You want to eat me? Well, you're gonna have to defeat me first. You sycophant. Let's see what you got. What's an easy attack? Gotta hit. Gotta hit again. Counter it. For it. Okay. You bruised his legs twice. Oh, counter. I cannot afford to get him on a critical hit on me. But I'll try to do a jump attack on him. Gotcha. Come on. He's wounded. Pierced foot. One. Swing. Swing and a miss. Broke his finger. Get him in the leg. There, he's yielded and begs to spare his dear life like a coward he is. Unfortunately, this would mean that my bounty still lives and is not glorious. But there is still more money than what his head would have been paid. Die well. Alright, now we'll combine our trophies. Allow me to transfer 10 trophies, broken weapons or heads, to a single one that is much less likely to vanish on inheritance. Here it is. Coffer of broken weapons. This chest contains the weapons from defeated foes of Khatun Razia of the Iltutmish Khaganate, or Delhi Sultanate. While not interesting for the common folk, but in the right circles, it is a source of pride. That just tells you what a badass Razia is. Shut the gates! Just remembered. He's in seclusion. Do not worry, we'll finally get to meet. And he's promoted to Imperial Guard because he's one of the courtier commanders. Hey, in case if you die, what resources do you have? Oh, please die, because I want control of that county instead of whatever I got up there. Oh, brother. He was beset by a high fever and could not stop vomiting. We feared the worst. The suspicions are now confirmed. His affliction is indeed the dreaded plague. The plague! What the? That was slow fever, but... Oh no, he got the worst of all. Call my court physician at once. Please save him. If you don't treat him now, he's dead. I'm sorry for all the bad things I said about you, brother. While walking the road, I see a group of people who stopped walking a distance. Upon getting closer, I see that there is two groups, in fact. Some wandering merchants are being attacked by bandits. After I went on this journey to get field experience, this is a good opportunity. However, it could be dangerous. Yes, dangerous for me because I'm wounded and my legs were bruised after that last duel. Which at least he didn't kill me. But if I charge by myself, I could become strong. There's a small chance, but I am likely to get hurt. But I could lead the travelers to battle where I will become patient, but even smaller chance to become strong. But there's a somewhat of a chance that I may become severely injured and less chance I may die. Or help the bandits, which I may become grapple, arbitrary, or even strong, with far lessening the chance of getting injured, but no chance of death here. Or just slowly walk away from there because and I may lose brave, which I don't think you should. What's it gonna be? Razia Sultan. I'll lead the travelers to battle. And I have become strong. So now she is blessed with the power of physique. Inheritable trait. If we're ever going to get a shot of it. Because there's this man that I want to seduce. You still alive? Yeah, he's a must. He's a must seduce list. Not to mention a recent convert to Islam and... Oh no. Hold on. Well, Masood, at least you learned a lot as being an Imperial courtier. You know what it's like to live in the Sultanate. And if you want to marry somebody, go for it. I ain't gonna stop you. But don't worry, I'm in seclusion. I'm not gonna get sick. I'm strong for this. Ah, yes, the armor smith is here. Bring him in. I don't know about him. He could potentially screw me over. Once the armor smith's craftsmanship has been checked by the most knowledgeable attendants to ensure the quality was sufficient, I received him in the throne room. He introduced of his master, Artigan, and gestured towards numerous Walker examples. Does my cartoon have anything special in mind? I'm in need of protection. Make me a strong and sturdy set of armor. Please. I beg of you. Because once I'm fully recovered from my wound, I'm ready to face the champion. Who is my friend. He still is the champion. A set of armor, I see. An excellent choice, my cartoon. Calls forward insistent, clearly so. Armor is in his arms. That's a lot to carry. I have a couple examples here. One must determine what one need and how much one is willing to pay. I'll serve your highness well. Spare no expense. I will not go into battle with anything but the very best. It was well worth investing from the adventures I took, and the bounty hunting, and the wealth of the land. As much as we were able to get it out of it, despite the great famine that's ongoing in China. So it's going down the Ganga. So, yes, thank you, but you've already done that before, but right now, there's a disease. Another harvest festival over there. No, leave me, I'm still alive. You know, he can't do anything right now because he's in seclusion. So does he. So he'll be all no. Oh, he's a dead man. Oh, just hunt the small game. Don't worry about it. I will finally return home. My journey has come to an end. It was not easy, and I faced several challenges that gave me experience, scars, and skills. Oh, it gave me scars, alright, because of the wounded trait, once I get better. Such pilgrimages do not come often, and perhaps I'll find the opportunity to go forth again, but now it's time to rest. Now I am truly home. Finally. No worry, just in 2 months we'll pass for centralization, medium domain centralization. So this wouldn't be a problem again. As I've gone into seclusion my court, my efforts to appease Rupa must be halted. If only we had pigeons. Come on, we're here. We're both in court now. Don't wait before it's too late, because I got until 45. Just want to have at least one child from you, at least a son, a strong son, whom I can raise to be just as an effective warrior as I am. But this disease that just came here complicates things. I was struck with nervous excitement when the announced that the Saturn was near its completion. Today I received the master in my throne as he unveils the armor rack. I find it almost impossible to breathe. What would you name her, Michael, doing? With this armor, I shall be a champion. One day I'll be the champion in the Ring of Honor, but I will be the champion here. Wearing this makes me feel like a champion. Designed to strike fear into the hearts of men, this suit of armor safeguards its bearer so they can charge into fields of battle. That's for additional personal combat skill. Now we're even. Till August. This seclusion's preventing the seduction. Need to invest in a hospital. We never had this prepared for him. He's recovered from his disease, so he'll live. Thought about repaying that loan soon, but just based on what's been going on here, I guess it's probably gonna wait. Throw him out. He's not that useful to me. Now you become one of my commanders, thanks to you. Oh, no. Basically, the Imperial Guard trait is for any commanders who is not a landed character. that picks up his trait. As long as the Empire exists. Fortunately, no Imperial decay. Now, we haven't looked at the rest of the world as of yet. No Khanate, they have been attacking against them. Prince Mahmud, you really want to? Well, go with my blessing. You can go. Hey, you're still around. I am not giving up this seduction. If I can tell I'm 45, I will switch seduction back to war. Life in seclusion isn't so bad. After finishing a hearty breakfast, I belched contentedly and remarked upon my foresight in ensuring Delhi's larders were well stocked. However, as soon as words leave my lips, I notice the suddenly panicked look in my son's face. My cartoon, you just ate the very last pickled boar's head. And almost all of the other food stocks are nearing exhaustion. Furthermore, continues John on, but I'm too aghast to listen. No more pickled boar's heads? This isn't good. No good to nobody. I have fallen to the temptation of slothfulness. There are things that are neglected in my castle, and the things that should have been done, but I postponed them. May Allah have mercy on my soul. Diligence is a must-have. After I had a meal with my court... Oh, you still got food? Masood offers me some caraway they recently bought. Chewing on caraway seeds would help freshen our breath after dinner. Oh. Breath refreshener for about a couple of months. Thanks, very considerate of you. Those are mints, they're alright. They're not big meals. No. I have searched Delhi from top to bottom. I've come to realize there really are no more pickled boar's heads. Not only that, but all the other food stocks are nearing exhaustion. My servant really should have mentioned that. Tough times ahead for us all. Minor food shortages. Oh no. Disaster! Delhi's rats have managed to find my meager remaining food supplies, even what much remained. Curse says. And I can't move to another capital because, you know, it takes an eternity and a half. And don't you forget that I'm still wounded. In addition to that, now the disease is going that way. With food supplies doing, it's been brought to my attention that the basement of Delhi contains a large number of rats which could be caught and eaten. Well, gotta keep it sustained. Yep, he just died. He had food poisoning. Oi. Okay. Let's see what kind of lands we'll distribute. I still want personal control of that gold mine because I did not know that there was another. And it is here. It is here. Also, now. Who's the local owner in the mosque? Because he's going to get the honor. You'll have some, but not all. Alright? And don't die. Yeah, keep one for myself. I can give away this because I never really wanted to govern that place in the first place. But the question is, who should I give it to? Instead, you're part of Rajasthan. Rajputana, to be more correct. Well, there's this man I like in particular. I'll give him a little more. I know he's a Hindu, but still. There, now I can have a gold mine for myself. Another source of income. We'll end this episode soon. Now it's gone up there. This isn't good. Not good at all. Now medium centralization. Now here's a problem. There's a vassal limit. So risk losing the vassals of character times. The great city of Baghdad, one of the world's most foremost centers of learning, has succumbed to the ravenous Mongol hordes after a siege. Nothing could sate their appetite for destruction, it seems. The Tigris River runs not only red with blood, but black with the ink of priceless and irreplaceable tomes from the House of Wisdom, and the city's other great libraries. Let us pray the Mongols are swallowed up by the desert now. Oh, man. A sudden clatter sends running to check on food supplies and arrives storm just to see Praise that Apollo emerge, wiping out his mouth. You son of a... You know what this means to you. You're going to the dungeon. That's punishment. And I ain't gonna be no cannibal, even though it lowers the general opinion and it's good for your martial and personal combat skill, but I am not that desperate. So they've occupied Baghdad by the Ilkhanate. Or was it a vassal of theirs? Yes, it was a vassal of theirs. Alright, what's the stability like over there? I never see that. Well-dressed merchants request an audience. A man presents himself as Master Kahana Ben Rubin, a representative of the Jewish Radhanite merchants influence. We're seeking to set up an office in Paro, but lack of funds. If you sponsor us, we'd be eternally grateful. How much? And where is Paro exactly? Way over there. It's under the Sultanate's control, so the shoddy office will not do. You shall govern there too. So I'll take that prestige hit. And I'm sure the county owner will probably want that city, which I'll be willing to give it. You got it. Here. Now, that means primary Radhanite route. It'll last for 100 years, increasing the city tax and trade value, which there is a trade post here, so it'll be good for them and good for us. Also, I guess I should give you the Bevelika Kanya Kubja, but kinda want this still. Isn't there a way to give them that title without giving away that county that I want? In fact, do I have the ability to revoke titles? No, you don't. You never did. All you care about is just controlling the lands to it personally. This slow fever epidemic is really taking a toll on my life this time. So 43 years old and you got 2 years left, and I hope that disease will go away by next year. Otherwise I'll never have a chance to have children for my own self. And times are wasting because that's the new champion. Nestorian. God, no. You have it. Yeah, things are looking bleak here. So we hope that in the next episode, which has been an adventurous episode, that once this disease goes away, we'll open the gates. And then, well, I mean, I'll be recovered from my wounds soon, and that gold mine barely gave us any money out of that, but we took what we could. No privileges for... Wait! Might declare war against me. But if I grant him privileges, don't you know that's gonna lower my tax and hurt my prestige? And they call him the evil. I don't care how powerful he is, I shall not be blackmailed. So. No war declaration. Good. Anyways, we'll have to end that episode on that note, as we will call Razia the Brave. That's who she is, and truly. And we hope that the disease will go away by next year. It can't last forever. So I can seduce the man of her dreams, and then hopefully have a son, and it'll have to be the only one. And subsequently fight to become the champion. Even though her wounds have not yet recovered, but she has to do it. Because if she waits longer, the more powerful he becomes, because he's not only a commander, but also a champion. I mean, I can't just straight up murder him and just knock him out of the competition. That'd be unfair. And he's got a few heads to prove it, so we hope you people enjoyed this episode, and hope we'll we'll see more of Razia the Brave. Razia, Sultanate the Brave. But until then, so long for now.